ready to go. What a great show. I just love this series so much. What was it like when you got the script? Because it's such a different dynamic on a series and a family series that I've never seen before. Naveen, let's start with you.
Um, well, getting the script in terms of plot and characters and the story, I was aware that there's a certain kind of anarchism to it, and which for me is very attractive. But when one is looking at a role, you want to be challenged in the sense that have you done something like this before? And I hadn't, not even in the theatre. So I'd never played a character that was genuinely without rancor or bitterness, but just seemed to have this relentless optimism, irritatingly optimistic. Somehow he would prevail with his family just through goodwill and perhaps love. Never done that before. Where's the bitterness? Where's the rancor? And where's the aggression? Not there.
Yeah. Ethan?
Yeah, I felt the same way. I think for me with Jimbo, there's first of all, the idea of immigrants moving from India to America and getting somebody who superficially looks the way I look, and certainly the way I looked in that, I would go like, oh, this is gonna suck. This is gonna be hard on them, right? And then there's the sweetness and childishness and the childlike inquisitiveness of Jimbo, that I thought was so refreshing and nice and nuanced and layered, and I related to it so much, and it was just fun to do from that point of view.
Yeah. And Ethan, you've done so much. You've been in this business for a while now, and this is the first time I've seen you in a role where I've been like, it's just different. Like I seen your character in a different way, and the way you did it is so well done. What is it like to take these now as we're getting older, taking these family roles and telling stories that are really, especially that can be touched in this day?
For me as a human being, the identities that I wear with most pride are father and husband, and so that was never really in the cards for me as an actor. So the fact that it was in this was so much fun and so interesting to me, and this is something I would be excited to have my kids watch. Not that I haven't caught them watching My Name is Earl or something like that, because I have, but not while we were making it. While we were making it, they were too young for that show. But like, this is something that they could enjoy today while we're doing it.
Yeah. And Naveen, it's such a great story, and it's such a great father role model with the mother. With that dynamic is just so great, because a lot of us who come from immigrant families, that's the way it is, and it's very true to life. And I think it's going to cater to a lot of different families, a lot of different people, and really bring a lot of people in. How important is it to show real life families on TV, because the dynamics and the banter and the writing is so well done?
With this particular piece, I think it's what's unique about it and what's important is that it's using the form, which, for want of a better term, is this half-hour sitcom. But you can achieve things, you can suggest things in your storytelling, perhaps, that you can't do if it with regular drama. Using humor, you can actually be quite subversive, and that's what I'm interested in with this one.
Yeah, and it was so good. Even like I was talking to Vijala and saying about the family put down that we get in this is like right on point. And I'm just like, wow, this is great. I haven't seen this before on television. And it's great to see real life family dynamics. And this show has that. The one thing I do want to ask Ethan is the fact that with everything that's going on today, especially with immigrants and all the craziness in this world, a show like this is very important to show how people could come together and how dynamics work. For you, what are you hoping that the audience takes from this, especially from just in general from this country?
You know, the thing I liked most about playing Jimbo was how interested he was in other people. And And I think he's interested in a way that makes assumptions, which I think it's impossible not to do. And I think often when we try to stop people from doing that so rigidly, it shuts down their interest. And I think that we do it in such a way where it's playful and it's nice and it's funny. And if we did all that in a drama, you know, this is what Naveen was saying earlier. If this was being done as a drama, it would be almost too much. You'd be smacking people in the face with the subject matter, and it would be almost overwhelming or too heavy or dark. And because it's a comedy, we get away with some stuff. And I just think maybe if we had more curiosity instead of assuming we totally understood something, and maybe if we granted that those who are curious about us are allowed to be curious about us, you know, I think that that would open up people's eyes a little bit to the world we live in.
Yeah. Naveen, would you like to add anything to that?
Well, what's quite delightful, I feel, is that curiosity is reciprocal between Mahesh and Jimbo, and it's almost childlike. And in terms of the comedy, it's our wives who are creating obstacles to us coming together.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what's beautiful about this whole show. It's just fun, it's interesting, it's a different take, and I cannot give this any as much praise as I could give it. Cannot go over the top. Before I let you go, what are you hoping the News by Muse audience takes from this show, and everybody takes from this show? Naveen?
Don't judge a book by its cover. Don't go on face value.
Yeah. Ethan?
Yeah, I think that sums it up perfectly. I think if that's the takeaway and people laugh on that journey, I think we'll have done our jobs.
Yeah. Naveen, Ethan, thank you so much for stopping with us. I really appreciate it. You did an amazing job on this series, and I'm hoping that on October 17th on Prime Video, when people see it, they're going to agree with me and love the show as much as I have. Thank you so much.
Thank you.